Poetry is not what we do. Poetry is who we are. We live poetry. We eat poetry. We make love.
This love is 3D. We're at the confluence of technology. Our souls meet like two streams, sharing each other's dreams.
For no one, so why should we wait for time? Life's a continuous race. You can't slow down, man, even when you see the finish line.
Where were you when I sat in the labyrinths of the dark night, cooking words like a chef making fish
to change
stew?
The worries, to eat and dress in a style that define you without thinking what the round table people would think
my
about
ink
you.
Don't go astray like bodyguard son. They squander all my thoughts inside this brain bank. You don't lose guard.
Why do the old folks think they know everything? You fail to understand you're not living in the times I'm living in. You can see from the start, with 30 years apart, I have new blood while you're still sustained by an old heart.
Without which you would have never existed.
We are poets. We preach peace. Mọ́lágbá ìwà lọ́jà kórí ọmọ tuntun wọ́. Arúgbó ọjọ́ wa torí mi ṣe ò máa jẹ́ ó pẹ́ máa jẹ́ ó jìnnà. Ó màmá ṣe kan ti rí Elédùmarè má fi tèmi bẹ̀rẹ̀, má fi tèmi bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ ogun wa torí mi ṣe ò jẹ́ ó yanjú pérégedé pérégedé. Desires caressing broken dreams, salt rain falling, the eyes are smoke-filled clouds of pain. Kí ló dé ń bọ́ láyọ̀ mọ́ ògbóògùn àfi k'Olúwa ó gbà ní Eledumare Gba Mi. For I have seen death on a naked day. The eyes were plucked out in a desperate bid to show the magnitude of the things seen to the mute and hard of hearing. The body, for want of eyes, stumbled innocence first into a ditch. Bones broke, limbs were severed. Who will find use for what is left of this mangled spirit? Eledumare Gba Mi. I have not only looked to the mountains to watch my help come, I have added works to faith. I have climbed to the zenith of the tallest mountain to eliminate every possibility that you, Eledumare, will not hear me when I call, hear me when I call, hear me when I... Thank you. That one's called EGM, also known as Eledumare Gba Mi. This one is called The Rainbow Was Not Enough. The rainbow was not enough that day, so like every dutiful, well-brought-up colored girl, of course I contemplated suicide. This poem, however, is not about the stereotyping or the conditioning of us. This poem is for colored girls. When I say color, I am not referring to the hue and tint of your skin, of mine. I am, in fact, talking about your resilience and mine. So, the rainbow was not enough that day, and I briefly contemplated suicide. I use the word loosely, contemplate. Just like a cat would contemplate the antics of a cockroach as amusing distraction from whatever other matter was at hand, but never seriously considering the merits of ever having to eat the cockroach. In the same manner, I contemplated suicide on the day my rainbow chose not to be enough. My rainbow was failing at its job of providing the vivid colors I required to stay focused and grounded. My rainbow was sleeping on the job. My rainbow's red was not the red of roses. My rainbow's red was the red of a furious heart bleeding in protest against the breaking 7 times too often. My rainbow's yellow was not the yellow of daffodils. My rainbow's yellow was the yellow of maniacal agitation. My rainbow's blue was not the blue of clear blue skies. My rainbow's blue was the blue of depression. And in that state, I considered suicide briefly. It was a brief consideration because every dutiful, well-brought-up colored girl is too colored to stay down for longer than a brief moment, and I am a colored girl, so I gifted that rainbow with the middle finger of my left hand, and with my right hand I pulled out my painter's palette and painted the most beautiful rainbow you ever saw on my face. Because every dutiful, well-brought-up colored girl knows that the best rainbows are the ones you paint for yourself. So this poem is a toast to all the colored girls like pHisayo who contemplated suicide briefly when the rainbow was not enough. Thank you.
Sing my song for you.